Underreactions. Everyone likes to overreact. We're going to tell you about the things that you should be paying a little bit more attention to, what's flying under the radar. And I want to start with somebody who I never thought would be a part of this segment. Josh Allen, Madden cover boy, dating a Marvel superstar. All this talk about Taylor and Odell and Kim Kardashian and Travis Kelce. Like, that's the power couple. Nobody's even talking about that. But that's not the underreaction. I genuinely think we are not giving enough love to his performance on Sunday. And it wasn't just the numbers. People, which sure included the second highest completion percentage of his career, no turnovers, a sky-high passer rating that led to a blowout win over the visored one, Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. No, it was the way he went about racking up those stats that these Bills fans should be rejuvenated and excited about, because, guys, there was a tangible change in approach from Ken Dorsey and the way the Bills ran this passing game. I mean, did they hear Gronk said, Gronk was like, Josh Allen misses Dable, and Ken Dorsey was like, oh, no. Okay, they're trying to cut down on the turnovers, and it worked. This was the second time that Josh had a turnover-free game in his last 10 games. So what was different? Well, the Bills doubled their use of play action from week 1 to week 2. More than half of his throws were less than 10 yards downfield. That's compared to 30% of them against the Jets. And a quarter of those were at or behind the line of scrimmage, which is 3 times last year's rate. So if you're wondering if this strategy, like, oh, well, why weren't we doing that for the past 10 games? Like, where was that against the Jets on Monday night? Is it sustainable is the big question mark. Well, all of those numbers in the short passing game are right around what the Chiefs have called for Patrick Mahomes over the last 3 seasons. And it doesn't mean we won't see crazy throws, from him when he has to throw the ball, of course. And when you really look at what's played into the success of quarterbacks around this NFL, in this modern day, even Mahomes, by the way, it isn't about chucking the ball downfield every play. Sure, that's the highlight reel. That's what you're seeing on the old TikTok, the Daniel Jones-less TikTok. But if you look at the foundation of what they do, it's about getting the ball to your playmakers, letting them make plays. That's it. So I think if we can see, and if Dorsey has the sort of discipline to roll out this approach again this weekend in Red Hot, Washington, look out. Commanders, pew, pew, they're on fire. And if Josh, by the way, sticks to it, he'll be back at his MVP caliber level of consistency going forward. Guys, but if the Commanders beat the Bills.
Ooh, baby.
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Going.
I know you wanted to go to the Thursday night game in Philly last week. But to me, like, there's no game. I mean, maybe I'd want to watch Bijan. I really would like to see him in person. But I got some Commanders game on my schedule circled. We have to go.
We have to go.
It's the biggest party. We'll bring our Andre. We'll bring our Andre, Commanders fans!
1,000!
Yeah. And but I've seen people like be like, Commanders, and I'm like, no.
We were on that.
You're on it?
My team.
We were on that. You started that trend.
Okay, as for Mahomes, and guys, but hold on. Let's see what we got. The hair bun is on point. I don't know. I just wanted it slicked back today.
Love it.
Thanks, guys. Eric Bieniemy not getting credit for Washington. I think he's getting lots of credit. But we talked about this on this very show. It is Howell going out there and executing said game plan. So as you noticed with the Bills, we gave credit not only to Dorsey, but also to Josh Allen. So it sort of works in tandem. I don't think one's getting credit and one's not getting credit. Ask Gronk what he thinks of Nate Burleson's comment that Travis Kelce is the GOAT of tight ends. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. We'll maybe get to that. I think we have to ask Gronk, like, him and Camille are the power couple. Mm-hmm. Are they being unseated as said power couple by
usurped?
No way.
A lot of competition.
No way, because Gronk and Camille are so low.
They're solid.
They don't want any to be in they're not like press people. They're like
yeah.
This is all, I don't know. I mean, Jason Kelce confirmed that they're dating.
I know.
You heard that?
On 94 WIP.
94 WIP.
My
big
favorite
fan.
radio station. Come on.
I was not at I wasn't going to do the WIP. I didn't have time. I'm sitting outside the airport, and Marissa's like, do this WIP. And I'm like, I don't have time. But I sat in the back of a car and made Dan, everybody leave the Sprinter van, and I did that call, and I had a lot of fun. So shout out to everybody at WIP/TMZ for breaking that down. Okay, let's go. What are we going to talk about now? The Chiefs, I think? Yes. Okay, as for the Chiefs, we're talking underreactions here. Some fans are sort of freaking out about their lack of offense so far this season. They had the shaky performance from the receivers against Detroit. There was a sloppy 17-point showing even without Kelsey back in the lineup Sunday in Jacksonville. But I prefer to focus on the performance of the defense and how significant it is that this might be the best one Patrick Mahomes has ever had. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not worried about the offense. They'll start clicking at some point. It's early. It's Mahomes. It's Andy. It's all of it. I think what the defense is doing already now is going to be something different and pretty scary going forward. Chris Jones, back. Had a sack and a half in his return. He was all over Trevor Lawrence all game long. Oh my gosh. I have not seen this Doug Peterson Jags offense get completely shut down like this since he came in and took over. They had 9 points. They went 3 for 12 on third down. They were 0 for 2 on fourth down and 0 for 4 in the red zone. And it's not just about Chris Jones. The young players on the defense, they are emerging as stars. L'Jarius Sneed, Trent McDuffie, one of my favorite names in the NFL, Trent McDuffie. They're becoming one of the better quarterback duos in the league. Are they among the best? They might be. They held Calvin Ridley to 2 catches for 32 yards on the game, and they were in his face all day long. It was not fun. Nick Bolton, superstar, local hero. Everybody loves him. He was everywhere once again. People in KC know about him. It's time everybody starts talking about him. And, people were worried about Kansas City losing Frank Clark not doing it for Denver. Second-year edge rusher George Karlaftis, a phenom, okay? He's racking up another sack and a half against the Jags. I know it's a small sample size so far, but this is about draft picks that Brett Veach has put together over a set of time and what he has done to invest in this group and the talent that's out there. I think it's going to continue. Mahomes has never had, which is so freaking impressive about him, Mahomes has never had a top 5 scoring defense in his career, okay? He has one now. And he's only had a top 15 total defense, guys, once. Once KC's offense gets clicking, and they will, this is scary news for the AFC. And who did they have this week? Justin Fields?
The Bears.
Yikes. 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 Justin Fields. Yikes. Okay, and I never thought I'd say this about this team, but I do think we're underreacting to how dominant. I'm gonna eat my words. I feel like I'm in one of those confessionals on Real World, and I'm gonna say something, and they're gonna roll it back in 2 weeks and skewer me on it. I think we're underreacting to how good the Cowboys, how dominant the Cowboys have been so far. Okay, I've heard a lot of, but it was the Jets and it was the Giants and this isn't a reason to dismiss them when the Giants were a playoff team last year and improved this offseason and improved into week 2. And the Jets, by the way, have a top 3 defense in the National Football League. And besides, they haven't just won a big game or whatever. They annihilated their opponents. This is happening, guys, at a rate we should at least enjoy while it's happening, but at a rate that we've rarely seen before. Since 1990, look what a sick pup Hamilton is digging up these numbers. Since 1990, only the 2019 Patriots won their first 2 games by a wider margin than this Cowboys team. The only team that's even matched it during this span is that 14-2 Chargers team from 2006 with LT and Rivers and lights out Sean Merriman saying, sign him up on Instagram. Okay, that was that team. And while the defense has gotten some of its shine, sure, it's really the whole team that's very impressive. We can't just overlook what Dak and this offense did last Sunday either. I saw Craig Carton say, the Cowboys haven't done anything. I just showed you, Craig Carton, historically what they did. Okay, Dak completed 80% of his passes and led 7 scoring drives against that Jags defense. CeeDee Lamb had 11 catches for 143 yards against that secondary. Maybe I'm going to be wrong, but I think it's a mistake to sort of fall into they're going to be the same old Cowboys rap this year. This team hasn't been this good on both sides of the ball in a really long time, so let's just enjoy it, okay? And it feels a little different right now with the sort of dominant wins that I just outlined, doesn't it? What do you guys think? At Up and Adam Show on Twitter, on the old YouTube machine here. Let's see. The Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl and will run into the Cowboys' buzzsaw defense and lose. I could see it happening. Marissa's like, I don't want to hear it. My Eagles are going. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.